Hello, my name is Jack Segal and today I'm going to be presenting my magazine. My magazine is called Odd Present. I chose the name Odd Present to represent the genre I have chosen, which is R&B. This is because R&B is urban and unique. The name Odd Present is meant to connote how nothing is what it seems, just like my genre. This is as modern R&B music is unique and eccentric. My primary target audience will consist of boys and girls aged 16 to 21. This is because R&B is most listened to by people that age in North London. My magazine will target people of the social grade B and C1. This is as my magazine intends on being a niche product which is exclusive and limited copies will be available. My secondary target audience will be boys and girls aged 14 to 16. This is because R&B is listened to by a lot of people that age, but they are too young to be attending concerts and developing a dedicated fan base to the artist. My tertiary target audience is anyone else that wants to purchase a magazine. R&B is a popular genre with most ages, as it has a rich history and has lived through multiple generations. The purpose of my magazine is to inspire young adults into breaking the stereotypes surrounding R&B music, that it is too sexual and intimate. R&B is an emotional genre that expresses feelings through song. I plan to create my magazine for people in North London to enjoy. R&B is very popular in North London and many artists perform in North London venues, such as Coco and the Roundhouse. In North London there are many genres that are popular. This is because North London is a very diverse area with a lot of ethnicities and cultures, and therefore I intend to use the magazine to make R&B a more popular and respected genre in North London. My magazine will be a print-based only magazine with a limited number of copies being released. I have chosen to make it print-based only as the magazine intends of being exclusive and collectible. There will be various QR codes throughout the magazine. These will take the reader to our website where they will be able to watch video interviews and artist-based content like Q&A and music challenges. My magazine will be made using matte paper. I have chosen matte paper because it appeals to my target audience more than other papers such as glossy and uncoated. My magazine will be completely recyclable as it is beneficial to the planet and the climate, and it appeals to a younger demographic more because climate change is very prevalent with the younger generation. On the magazine's launch date, a limited number of yearly subscriptions will be available to purchase online, and the magazine will be delivered to your door monthly without the trouble of having to buy them separately. The price for the yearly subscription will be £70 and the customer will get a total of 12 magazines throughout the year. Font. I will be using two different fonts throughout my magazine. For my masthead, I will be using the font Blonde. I chose to use this font as my masthead as it is refined but also unique, like my genre, a magazine title. The other font I'll be using is Futura. Futura is a sans serif typeface and is easy to read and is very popular. Genre. I have chosen to use R&B as my genre for my magazine because it is very popular in North London. In the recent years, R&B has been redefined as a genre and is quickly becoming one of the most popular genres in the world. R&B is so popular because it goes hand in hand with rap and because of the catchy, intimate lyrics. My magazine will feature exclusive interviews with artists that are not huge in the public eye and rarely do interviews. This will attract people to buy my magazine, as people have an interest in these artists and will want to find out more information about them. There will be short biographies about R&B artists, including their backstory, rise to fame and their day-to-day life. This will interest the reader, as they will be keen to hear this information. My magazine will mostly feature artists of a minority, and the main interviewer will be of a minority. This is because North London has a very diverse demographic, and my magazine is focused on tackling stereotypes surrounding R&B. The magazine will feature a playlist of our most celebrated artists of a certain minority, to show off their talent and to open people up to more variants. As my magazine is North London based, as well as featuring global artists, we will also showcase North London grown talent. Upcoming R&B singers from North London will be interviewed and given this platform to let people know about them. My magazine will have content with the artists, whether being exclusive clothing capsules or self-produced merchandise. The magazine will be released monthly, in-store and online to purchase. Throughout the magazine, there will be challenges and competitions to win certain prizes like tickets to see the artists being interviewed, and the artists in concert, signed vinyls and more. Artists will be able to use this magazine to tease new music. On our website, we will post a snippet of an unreleased song to bring in publicity for the magazine and the artist. My magazine will be priced at £6.50, which is more expensive than some other magazines, but I think that people will see what the magazine has to offer and will consider the price. To make my magazine, I will need a computer, a camera, a tripod, outfits, Photoshop, a model, and a camera operator. This is all in order so that I can make my magazine as efficiently and high quality as possible. I'll be using three different types of marketing methods to market my product. I will use social media to tease and notify customers of a new magazine release and who the featured artist will be. This is so that the magazine can gain online attention and create a want for people to buy it. Artists will post a picture of the magazine blurred. The date of the magazine release, the date of the magazine's release will be in the description. This is so fans are kept guessing and it will create publicity and hype, as fans will want to find out what is going on. Music and culture-related news companies will be notified about the latest edition of the magazine and will publicly release an article informing fans how they can purchase the magazine and what to expect. Distribution. Various pop-up shops around North London will have a limited number of copies of the magazine for sale. The magazine will be sold in pop-up shops to avoid being mainstream and to handle the demand surrounding the magazine. Majority of the copies will be available to purchase online as a first-come, first-served basis, as they are expected to sell out quickly. Here is my mood board of some popular R&B artists I've made. Here is my online sketch of my front cover and double-page spread that I made using Photoshop. Here is my hand-drawn sketch, which is of my front cover. Competition. My magazine currently has three main competitors, which are Billboard magazine, GQ magazine, and Boys Don't Cry magazine. These magazines all celebrate R&B artists and are very popular with my target audience, but with my USPs, I intend to balance out the competition. My magazine will have a limited number of copies available to purchase, as it boasts exclusivity. Once it's released, it will not be restocked. My magazine collaborates officially with the artist, which means that more exclusive content can be featured throughout. My magazine will come with an exclusive sticker pack, which will be related to the featured artist and will one day aim to be a collectible. We will have content online and on social media platforms. The content will be artist-based and will be unique, attracting fans of the artist to my magazine. Clothing and merchandise will be released which will be official from the artist, meaning that fans will be enticed to buy it, as it is rare and exclusive when popular artists release merchandise. For my colour scheme, I have chosen green and purple, as they complement each other well and add to the magazine's uniqueness. Green and purple complement R&B perfectly, as they can be interpreted as modern and trendy colours. Thank you for listening.
Good job, Jack.
Thank you.
Really good job. You've put so much thought into that.
Thank you.
I've written so much down, I've run out of paper, so bear with me while I jump about and give you some feedback. I must admit, I was reading that. Let's start. First things first. The title. I was thinking, is it Odd Present? Odd Present? Is it ODD Present? I couldn't work out what it was. But as you described it, that's a benefit. That's a bonus to your magazine because it's creating. What is it? I don't know. It's like walking in, and I have done this in the early days. Walked into a restaurant and ordered quinoa and not quinoa. It's got that kind of. What is it? Well, there's a, how do you pronounce it? That worked really well. And I think that was the theme of your deck. It absolutely threads all the way through. So just congratulations for doing that. The presentation was bang on the money. The first thing I wrote down was title, explain, and you have, and it's fine. So it worked really, really well. I liked, let's just go, oh crikey, I have written so much down. I love the idea it's not mainstream. This idea of collectability, this idea of where is it? When you were talking about it, I wrote down, when you said it's print-based only, I went, yes, because print is in and I love print and it should never go away. And then said, for distribution, I've written down, find it, question mark. And you went on to explain how it wouldn't be easy necessarily to get hold of. You'd have to be in the know. And certainly from my experience, it's when this kind of market that you're going for, they want to be in the know. And the minute something becomes mainstream, they move on. It was a bit like the clubbing scene in the late 80s that I attended. Yes, that old. But you would go to clubs. The minute they got more than 500-600 people, they'd go somewhere else, and you'd find another way to do it. So I absolutely thought that was really clever. And really inspiring, this sense of it being exclusive and not being mainstream. That was very strong. Alongside that, the idea of sticker packs. And where did that come from? That's genius.
Thank you.
Absolute genius. That was superb. That was fantastic. Clothing, that's for in the future maybe, but the basic idea of some sticker packs maybe signed, I thought was, again, as a giveaway, was brilliant. And I think there's a sense about the whole thing of discovery about it. Yeah. Not just, you're trying to reshape the genre and take away some negative connotation. So there's a discovery, and the whole pitch is around discovery. And a little bit of, je ne sais quoi around what is it, where is it, what's happening, am I in the know, do I know, and so on and so forth. So I think your pitch worked great. I also like your style on your deck. The way you laid it out and the colours flow through and represent what you're trying to achieve with your actual magazine. So there was some really good thought into that. Again, I said this because it's collectible, because it's kind of out there, you have to go and find it. It's not in the mainstream. It's got that kind of fanzine feel about it. And if you go and do some research on fanzines in the late 70s, sort of like Sniffing Glue, the punk type stuff, and then that transferred into terrace culture into the 80s, so you would be able to buy fanzines from football clubs. Spurs had Off the Shelf and other bits and pieces. So they were written and almost cut and pasted together, using photocopiers because they didn't have the production values. But it's got that kind of feel. So maybe have a little research about the culture of fanzines, because I think you fit into that people have to go and discover it. Within that, you're nod to recyclability and your demographic. Not just recyclability, okay, well, it's really good for the planet, but it's really important to my demographic. That was really good thinking about joining the dots there. The launch date, just this building up that something's happening. You had some underground free advertising going around, and obviously you can get artist endorsements, totally free advertising as well. I was also impressed by you taking a stand on your price. This is what it is, this is what it costs. If you want it, you'll come and buy it. It ties in with the whole theme of the magazine. I'm not worried about paying $3.99 for something else. This is what my magazine is, which is fantastic. Pop-up shops. Yeah, your distribution of pop-up shops, again, this sense of discovery. And locating it in the North London local area. So, it might just be word of mouth that you get it from this record shop, or you get it from this place here, or it'll be at this gig, or whatever. you know, and it keeps a mystery about it. People want to come and find it. This whole sense of release and intrigue, and tying that in with the industry is good as well, because you've got that's your USP. Your USP is that it's got mystery and intrigue around. Just as a nod for what it's worth, production techniques these days have come on so much. You could almost even do a print on demand. So you might do a main stock, but you could be in a position where if people could find certain things, you might hide Easter eggs online or something, they can order a copy, you get it printed like that digitally. So it just opens up all these different possibilities about how you distribute the magazine. Did we get a third font? I like the font. I thought it really worked. Was it your main font? And then was it? Sorry,
my main font was a font called Blonde, and I also used Futura.
Futura. So is it Blonde for the masthead?
Yeah.
And then
the odd present is in Blonde.
Okay, so that's Futura for North London's first R&B magazine.
Yeah.
And then is odd one font and present another?
No, they're both the same.
Okay, fine. So if you've got a tertiary, would you just use Futura again for your body copy?
Yeah, I used that in my double page spread.
Let's have a little look. Okay, let me just jump on. I've got a large. So is that Futura? I see what you mean. You may want to drop a third font in, just that sits in between for subheads.
Yeah.
I think both fonts work really well.
Thank you.
But your
Oh, I have got a third font actually. Sorry. But it's only used once on the front cover.
Oh, okay, yeah. Which is the third. I'm just wondering if on your double page spread you might need another. So where it says what can fans expect to see from your next album, does that come in a different font that just separates that copy out from the top of the page? Have a play with it and see what you think. I don't think there's anything wrong with the font you've chosen. It just might need something just to give it that structure on the page.
Yeah.
And identify it as, look, the article's starting, we're coming away from the masthead, here's the copy. Your front cover, genius. Absolute genius. Loved it. It's so simple and yet so on point. The image was fantastic, and that rain, that halo thing was. It just it stands out. It's great. You've got your issue, you've got your barcode, you've got your headers. I've not a lot to say. Just good job. I mean, really, really good job. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh yes, pagination. What did we say page-wise?
How many pages?
Yeah.
I was thinking about 30.
Oh, even better. There we go.
Yes.
Yeah. So what I would say to you is, you might want a bit more because you're going to want to pay for it with advertising. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but think about your content. Remember, if you're doing print only, everything has to be divisible by 4 because the pages are folded into 4 pages before they're bound. So make sure your pagination that you do put down is divisible. It's a monthly, did we say?
There is when the first copy is released, a yearly subscription can be available to purchase, but there's a small amount of them because we don't want people to buy and get as many copies as they want.
Yeah.
So it's a one-time offer.
But it comes out monthly, yeah?
Yeah, it comes out monthly.
How
So
much
think about what you can get in a month, genuinely, especially because it's a local magazine.
Yeah.
Is that an official school chant or something?
No, they've changed the bell.
Yeah.
Wow. Genius. Anyway, so think about what your content's going to be monthly, what you can get in, then add your advertising on top of that. But you're in the right area. I'd rather see 32 pages of absolutely banging content than 80 pages of drawn out fluff.
Yeah.
So think about that on there, and then what I've said to others as well today, because it sort of hit me on your personnel requirements. You've got everything to take its content, but then think about the pragmatic side of then taking it to channel. So if I'm going to go print and print only and have a website, who's my production team? It could well be you. Who's my advertising sales?
Yeah.
It could well be you. So just think about those practical things outside of it. But it just works. And the thought that went into it was awesome.
Thank you.
So really, I mean, great job. Really enjoyed it. And I said, I can say it, but I mean, all the others have been great, but that front cover is my favourite so far. I just think it's so simple, it's so powerful, and it's just bang on point at the moment what people are doing. Yeah, we like it a lot.
Thank you very much.
Anything I've missed, do you think?
I'm just wondering, Jack, I missed how much the magazine is a month.
It's
£6.50.
Yeah.
£6.50.
But it's not like a monthly subscription. There's a yearly subscription,
which was 70.
which
so.
sends you one each month, but it's not. I guess that is a monthly subscription. Sorry.
It's alright. So that would work out about £5.80 an issue. I'm just wondering, you could probably even up that slightly because they're having it delivered to their house, which kind of...
Yeah, I was thinking of saying plus delivery costs.
Yeah, because I was just thinking the whole pitch is about it being exclusive and trying to find it, and then if it's being delivered to their house and they're getting a big saving as well, it's sort of...
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
takes away
the
from
amount of monthly subscriptions available will be very small. It will be fixed to a select amount of customers because it will get them to brag about it and it will get people to want to have the monthly subscription a bit more.
And I wonder in that case, Jack, whether the point that's just been made is valid, whether you charge more for your monthly subscription.
Yeah.
Have to think about that, because if it's more exclusive and it's being delivered to your doorstep, I don't know. I wonder if you can charge more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then they can always brag about having it, and that's sort of that's the selling point of the...
Not having to find it. But you do it, as you said, with limited people.
Yeah.
But that's the most unique idea. To understanding that, and the reason I like it so much is because it localises the product. This is not something I can go and get W.H. Smith. This is not something that I can go and buy, from somewhere else. It just gives it that sense, as I said, that sense of mystery and where do I get it, and it's got to be had. It's got to be read. I think just great job. Really, really great job, mate. Tremendous.
I was really impressed. The only other thing I wanted to add was just that I love that you're focusing on the emotion of it rather than just the sexual side. I thought that was a really important thing to note, especially because of your target demographic. It's quite nice. And also that you said on the website you're going to have a snippet of an unreleased song.
Yeah.
You might also want to think about maybe adding like an exclusive live session or something that you can only get with the subscription, or when you buy the magazine you get a code for it or something. It's something that gives it in another layer of hard to get to.
Because I did say somewhere that there's going to be artist-based content, which, because there's so many different things you can think of to do with the artist and what you can do on the website, so I guess everything just needs a thought, I guess.
Yeah, it's really great though, so thorough.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
Yeah.
It was your thinking and your creativity have just been spot on. I mean, top drawer, really. And this is just suggestions of a bit of polish on top of it, because it deserves that little bit of extra work on it, because it's such a unique offering. And I think that absolutely right. You care about this, and that's what sells stuff locally. This is just this is about the music and the locality and the genre, and right here, right now on your doorstep. And there's a real sense of being proud of that and wanting to spread it. So yeah, it's great job, great job.
Well done, Jack.
Thank you so much.
And Jack, if it ever gets made and produced and everything else, and you have a front cover, anything like that, I demand a signed copy. First one,
Of course, a pleasure.
Thanks, Jack. Well done.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.